So this afternoon we are unboxing the Origins Sense coffee machine, which is the brand new home machine from Sunbeam. This coffee machine is going to retail for around $1,000 in Australia. You can do the currency conversion for other countries of the world. But first impressions, let's have a look at it. So kind of nice colorway. I kind of like how the buttons look and click. They feel all right. We have a 58mm portafilter or basket, which is pretty standard for a commercial coffee bar, which is pretty cool. That kind of feels pretty nice when we lock it in. Coming straight out of the box, this comes with a pretty decent temp. It's got a plastic handle with a metal bottom on it. Comes with a little jug where you can steam your milk after, which is pretty cool. What else have we got here? So we have grinder on top. Looks and feels all right. I kind of like the clicks. The clicks kind of feel nice as you adjust. That goes from, we've got settings from 0 all the way up to 30. And then to remove the hopper, you just continue to adjust until you feel that click out. So easy to remove, easy to pop back on, which is nice. If we slide this little drip tray out of the way for a second, this piece comes off, which is easy to clean. What is kind of cute about it is it does have a little float on the inside. When the drip tray starts to become full, this little red tag or flag will come through the top and let you know that it's ready to be emptied, which is pretty cool. On top of that, I kind of like the little tools that comes with. So you get a little tool for unblocking your steam wands, should that ever happen, and then a little brush for cleaning your heads or your portafilter. So it's pretty easy to take on and off to empty it, which is awesome. This is where our automatic grinder will disperse grinds, just in here. So I believe you click down once for single shot, down twice for double shot, which is kind of cool and feels like it's engaging decently. All right, buttons. Let's talk about buttons. We love buttons. Power button on the left, clean. I quite like that. It's just a single cleaning cycle button. So for those of you at home that perhaps this is your first machine, a lot of the cleaning cycle will be done automatically for you, which is super cool. Single shot, double shot button. This I'm impressed with. Manual shot button. We like these. I like to tell the coffee machine when to stop rather than the coffee machine tell me. So these, I assume, will come with some kind of factory settings on them, giving me water for a certain amount of seconds. But with a manual shot button, this makes dialing in a lot easier, and yeah, big fan of that. Steam wands. Never seen a design like this one before. The tip is removable just by screwing it off. I haven't done too much research into the tech behind this, but we do have a couple of different choices for steam, for milk temperature. So this somehow has a temperature probe inside, or a thermometer, which can tell us when we've hit the correct temperature of milk. I assume it's going to shut off or something for us at the same time. I'm unsure exactly what the high and low do, but we'll figure it out in a second. And then we've got a switch between either using hot water from the boiler or using steam pressure from the boiler. So that's pretty cool. But enough talking about this, and let's give this thing a go. Excellent. Looks like all of our lights are on, so I reckon we can pop some coffee inside. Now, this machine apparently doses for me automatically with a click down, so okay, that looks like coffee. Okay, so that was a factory setting single dose, 13.4 grams. Sweet. You know what, we're going to top it up just a little bit if we can. I know the baskets on this go up to, I think it said a double shot can hold 19.5 grams, so I assume it's a 20 gram basket. All right, so coffee looks pretty uniform. Yep. We are on grind setting 22, whatever that means. Okay, so I've tamped down, we are good to go. So because I'm using our Liberty blend, I'm just gonna start with a rough 1:2 ratio to see how we go. Let's tear this off and let's go manual. And we're also gonna hit start on the scales because we haven't got a shot time with this one. And start and stop together. All right, we're in. First shot, let's see how we go. Oh, pretty quick, okay. So I reckon around 37 out or so, that's probably gonna drip quite a lot. So let's do our best for 40 out, let's call it that. So we've just finished our first shot of espresso, let's give it a try. so that tasted pretty under-extracted to me, and my knowledge of this coffee tells me we could run that shot a bit longer. What we'll do here is re-tear off our scales, and then while that's going, we're just gonna fine up our grind just a bit here. And I'm gonna shift from around 22. Using this grinder for the first time today, so do you know what? Let's do a drastic one. Let's go to about 12 there. Let's grind up some more. We'll stick with it. Do you know what? Let's try this double shot. Let's see how much it gives us this time. So I think a double tap. Okay, yep, looking good. That looks like a bit more. What have we got? 13.3. I thought that was what we got from the single as well. So let's just top that up a bit more. Okay, so we've just fined up our grind here by 10 clicks. Same pressure for my temp, remembering consistency is key when we're making espresso at home. And on the count of 3, we're gonna hit manual and start to count the duration of our shot at the same time. That's all starting to tear again. Okay, that's looking a bit nicer. Now again, I'm gonna stop this around 30 mils, I reckon, just to allow for some of those drips to occur. There it is. So that was about 26 seconds. Espresso's looking good, absolutely. So let's just compare that with our last. That's looking much better. We've got a really decent crema on that. Boom, yum. All right, so we are gonna use this steam one for the very first time. Let's give it a little purge first. We'll just see what it's like just from straight out the box, turning it on. Let's just see what happens. Looks like we've got a blinking light here, so just building pressure and heat at the moment. Oh, and there we go, just starting to get some steam through the wand now. Actually looks like a decent pressure. Yeah, quite like that. All right, let's give some steaming a go. I've never used one of these temp sense wands before, so first time for me as well. Let's go. Trying to build a bit of pressure. Looks like now we're getting to a decent. Okay, now we're in. Okay, so that just took about 15 or 20 seconds for it to hit a decent pressure for me to steam with. Let's have a go withdrawing with a bit of this milk, shall we? Okay. Final thoughts. I like it. I'm impressed that we dialed coffee in 2 shots there. For the price, I think materials and stuff is expected. Of course, a bit more metal or stainless steel is always lovely, but steam wand, I was impressed with the power or the pressure from it. So for a home machine, I thought that heated up pretty quick, and we got a really, really decent, nice texture out of that. I'm impartial for this. I think like more control the better. Single and double shot buttons give us a couple of different recipes to choose from, but that is the winner for me. Having a manual shot and not having to muck around with settings, going back and forth to program these and dial your coffee in, I think is super handy. Single touch cleaning, love it. Really like the clicks on the grinder, and quite a fan of the little drip tray removal. You get a couple of different baskets, so you get a single walled basket in both a double and single shot, and a double walled basket in both a double and single shot. So yeah, I think for what you get for the price, it's good. I would recommend this, I think, for someone possibly either getting their first espresso machine or looking to upgrade from something that they have at home, which is cool. If you're deciding which coffee machine to get, I do have one of these in my training room now, thanks to Sunbeam. So if you wanted to book in for a class, we can have a bit of a play with this together. I also have some other home machines as well to look at. So yeah, book a class in.